In the previous episode, we talked about the maintenance tsunami facing modern buildings. But that raises a deeper question. How did we get here? Why did an industry that once relied on simple, standardized systems become so fragmented? To understand this, we need to go back to the fundamentals of lighting technology. In the fluorescent era, lighting systems were built on a stable and highly standardized architecture. Lamps followed well-defined formats: T8, T5, T12. Ballasts were designed to operate within predictable electrical boundaries. And most importantly, components were interchangeable across manufacturers. This created something very powerful, a shared infrastructure. The LED technology changed that foundation completely. Unlike fluorescent lamps, LEDs are not a standardized light source. They are semiconductor devices that can be configured in countless ways. Different voltages, different currents, different thermal designs, different optical layouts. From an engineering perspective, this flexibility is a breakthrough. But from a system perspective, it removed the natural boundaries that once held the industry together. Without those boundaries, every manufacturer began to design their own systems. Instead of adapting to a common standard, products became tightly coupled combinations of LED boards, drivers, optics, and mechanical structures. Each product became a unique system. At the same time, market competition accelerated this trend. LED technology lowered the barrier to entry. Compared to fluorescent lighting, which required deep expertise in gas discharge physics, LED systems were easier to design and manufacture. As a result, hundreds, even thousands of manufacturers entered the market, each one trying to differentiate their products. And differentiation often meant customization, different lumen packages, different form factors, different control systems, different proprietary features. On the surface, this looks like innovation, but underneath, it creates fragmentation. Another key factor is the rise of integrated design. Instead of treating lighting as a system of replaceable components, many manufacturers began to integrate everything into a single sealed product. This approach simplifies installation. It improves aesthetics, and it reduces upfront cost, but it also eliminates interchangeability. In a modular system, if one component fails, you replace that component. In an integrated system, if one part fails, the entire system becomes obsolete. And because each product is unique, there is no universal replacement. The problem becomes even more complex with the introduction of smart lighting. As lighting systems integrate sensors, wireless communication, and cloud-based controls, a new layer of fragmentation emerges. Different communication protocols, different control platforms, different software ecosystems. Many of these systems are not interoperable. In some cases, lighting systems are no longer just physical products. They are part of closed digital ecosystems, which means that compatibility is no longer just a hardware issue, it becomes a software dependency. There is also a less visible but equally important factor: standards. Contrary to what many people assume, the LED industry is not lacking standards. It has too many. Different regions, organizations, and industry groups have developed overlapping and sometimes conflicting specifications. And because technology evolves faster than standards, alignment becomes even more difficult. So what we see today is not random chaos. It is the result of several forces working together: technological flexibility, low barriers to entry, market-driven differentiation, integrated product design, and fragmented standards. Each of these factors makes sense on its own, but together they create a system that is difficult to maintain, difficult to scale, and difficult to standardize. The irony is that LED technology was supposed to save energy and simplify lighting. In many ways, it did. But it also removed the constraints that once made large-scale facilities manageable, and without those constraints, the industry drifted into fragmentation. In the next episode, we'll explore the consequences of this fragmentation, not just for maintenance, but for product quality, reliability, and the future of smart buildings.